Welcome to the Church of Thomas. God's Bloodhounds, 9/17/10. One of the things that is interesting is that God has a system for hunting down and finding out about wrongdoers. A good analogy would be the posse. In Western U.S. History, there were often just one law officer to a large community. And what would happen if there was something that was violent or extraordinary happen, instead of hiring a bunch of people, what this sheriff would do is he would deputize, make law officers temporarily, a group of people that were just plain citizens, and these became something called a posse. And what this posse did is that for that set period of time, they would join with the law officer to go hunt down evil. Bring them in and then disband and go back to their regular lives. Many people in this world are part of a potential posse. And the way that God does this is that you are responsible for your neighbors, your community, your family, and total strangers, to keep them from being persecuted, justice denied, crimes being committed. And if you don't act on what you observe, you are part of the problem. Now, there is a group of people who are chosen to be God's bloodhounds. And they are next generation angels. And they are part of a standing posse, sort of the reserve of the army. They go about their daily lives and do their thing, but they have an ability, a sense, an acuity to know when something is evil, and to testify to God that they are observing this, to call in for reinforcements from angels, to ask for justice on behalf of people who are being injured. And they serve a very, very good purpose, because there are many crimes that our secular society does not recognize. There are things that are done in the name of religions that are not ethical. And when they are done, then somebody needs to do something. And God ultimately is the only one who can authorize that something be done. But it doesn't mean that we can't point to the problem and say, look over there. They're being hurt. Could you help out, God, please? This is our responsibility. And there are some verses that can help out. Let's see. Acts 16:16 through 18. Once when we were going to the place of prayer, we were met by a slave girl who had a spirit by which she predicted the future. She earned a great deal of money for her owners by fortune-telling. This girl followed Paul and the rest of us, shouting, "These men are servants of the Most High God, who are telling you the way to be saved." She kept this up for many days. Finally, Paul became so troubled that he turned around and said to the spirit, "In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to come out of her." At that moment, the spirit left her. And then there is Reconciler Gospel of Thomas, verse 46. Jesus said, "Among those born human, from the first people until John the Baptist, my cousin, there is no more deserving of your respect. Yet I have said, those of you who come to see the world with the eyes of a child will deserve respect from even those like John the Baptist." This is because you are evolving to serve as the next generation of angels. You earn this out of the experience you have borne for God's sake. So, if there are people who are able to sense evil, wrongdoing on a spiritual level, and intervene, these are often those that are living here, that are the next generation of angels. They have chosen paths and lives where, when called upon, they drop everything and they become the bloodhounds that God uses to scent out the evil that needs to be hunted down. And in some cases they are given authority, like Jesus was, and like Paul and Silas was, to drive out the evil from the situation. Jesus empowered all Christians to be able to drive out evil. If we choose not to use it, then we are helping evil. If you see evil, and it is a non-secular crime, if it is something that you feel, you cannot do anything on this physical world, but you can ask for help, and you can, in Jesus' words, drive out evil. God bless the whole world, no exceptions. Angel Eliza.